Hey there everyone, this is Yui. Welcome to episode 29 of All the Mods 3 Expert. Today we're going to get into some advanced rocketry. So let's get to it. Between episodes I've been doing a little bit of, I don't know, a lot of stuff. Right now I've got a bunch of, what are these called? Advanced machine blocks crafting up because we're going to need some. I schedule 30 and I'm letting it go. While that's going, let's talk about a few things. Let's start with blood magic, because that was the last thing we did. So, down here, I've changed this up. Instead of, what was it, feathered knife, there is a mod in here called Animus. And unfortunately, I don't see any in-game documentation for this, but you can look it up on the wiki. And this adds a bunch of extra rituals. One of them is the one I'm using right here, which is Ritual of the Soul. The other one is... oh. The chickens. I didn't put the chickens in the list. But where is it? Jeez, there's so many of these things. It's coaling. It's a Ritual of Coaling right here. There you go. It apparently, according to the wiki, is the same shape as the Well of Suffering. But what that does is it acts very similar to the Well of Suffering, but instead of damaging the mobs, it just flat out kills them. Kills them, and it puts blood in the nearby altar. So the reason I didn't see this before is because, like I said, it's not in the book. So you have to basically know the mod, and it adds like whatever, you can have it. It adds a good like 10 almost rituals, I want to say, varying degrees of usefulness. So I'm using that one. I've upgraded this altar to a tier 4, so I made more bloodstones. It has 15 of these orb things, and I don't know, the rest I put displacement. And I switch self-sacrifice to sacrifice. Seems to work pretty well. It keeps my... well, right now my thing is doing something, maybe? I don't know. No, that's full. 19,000? Yeah. Because this is... oh, I can upgrade this orb now. Yeah, I should, but I'm not going to. Now, the downside to this is... get up there. Is that since this is in the same chunk as this, the mobs, they die instead of taking damage from that, I don't remember what, the one that speeds the growth of the crystals. So I don't think the crystals grow as fast right now. I'd have to move it to a separate chunk in order to do that, but for now it's fine. So just a disclaimer, if you're going to put it in the same chunk or replace it. Alright, the other thing is, let's go over the bobbing chests. As you can see, if I go over here and I look up, which is the, you know, the easiest way to notice them, they don't move. The problem is the Spectre Illuminators from random things, these things. If you have one of these nearby... let's go a few chunks away because it's going to go flying into the sky otherwise. Put it in this chunk, should be safe. There we go. I made them so they all go up into the sky. But now there's one down over there. And if we end up going back over here and probably look, you'll see the chests are moving. A little... yeah. So, that's not the elevator. That is a stonework factory. And there's a creeper. No thank you, I don't want any. Okay. Oh, and it lags like crazy when you pull them off. Okay, so that's that. At least it's solved. Now the problem comes in with actually lighting the place. As you'll notice, you'll see the little red things. These are the blood lights from ritual, or not ritual, it's a, what is it? Sigil, that's it. Sigil, blood lamp, something like that. Sigil of the blood lamp. It takes a little bit of life essence, so like I really think it's a super tiny amount. And you can place them. I've got mine right here. And so you can just place it, you could break it, and whatnot. This here is a ritual of the soul. If you give it a chest and give it either the blood lamp sigil or torches, when you activate it, what it does is it acts very similar to a cave illuminator, if you're familiar with that. So if we go up to, say, this level, yeah, sure, you'll start seeing these blood orbs in all the caves, and if you check your map, you'll see them all lit up. So, unfortunately, it seems to have a, or I didn't let it run long enough, but it seems to have a weird Y distance. So I've been moving it around. I started it over there, but it didn't get down to bedrock. I put it over there, still didn't go down, so now I just moved it down to bedrock. And so that's how I lit the place up. Okay. That's... Oh, no, that's not everything. Yeah. UU matter, so there's been a couple people telling me about this. Let's go in here, look at it real quick. I say real quick, but it doesn't load real quick. So I've got this weird mess of a setup that I've been experimenting with. So this generates UU matter based off of the amount of power you feed it. I'm assuming it'll still blow up if I pass 512, but for now I've got one running. As you can see, it is significantly faster than before. I mean, it's still not the fastest. I know I can make it faster. It's doing its job. I've got the scrap just piping out into an ender chest going in there, and then it just outputs the UU matter here. Those are the rest of my, what are they called? The mass fabricators, because I didn't want to break them with a wrench, because they only have like an 80% chance to pick up, so I just put them in a cardboard box. In here, I've got a butt ton of these high voltage water mills. These generate, it varies, 45 to 49 EU a tick. I've got 9 of them, so it's almost 450 EU a tick that I'm passing this thing. Which isn't horrible, but it's basically just free UU matter. It's still pretty slow, and I know I can make it faster, but it's a start. It's better than before. Alright, what else? Oh, that blood down below is going into my network. The rest of it's going into an ender tank, which I have connected to this tank. So this amount of essence just continues to go up. So when I need to actually do crafting, not going to be that much of a problem. Was that everything? I'm just going to say it because it just happened to me. This stupid gear press, I have no idea what's with this block. Occasionally its input will jack up and it will not accept inputs, and it basically swaps the output and the input of the machine in the back end, I guess. I don't know. But if you manually put it in, it'll suck it out of here. The conduits. Usually to fix that, just relog. In case you're running into the same issue with that thing. I should have made one of these. Let's put you away. And then, yeah, that's mostly it. So, looking at the quest, we don't really need to upgrade. I don't think. But, oh, it says we'll need it in the future. Somewhere around here, maybe. I'm not going to worry about it this time. This time we're going down the left tree. So we need a bunch of different machines. Require input hatches, output hatch, require fluid related hatches, as well as other blocks. Great. These things, they're expensive. I'm not going to lie. They all take these machine structures, and those all take those advanced machine blocks, and then they take other things as well. Not cheap. So let's just go ahead and start making some crazy recipes. We'll just start at the top level. I don't know. We're not even going to be able to make all of these. I don't know which one's the first one to make. I think it might actually be the cutting machine. What are these things? Gosh, all these things I haven't seen. So I'll say it. Advanced Rocketry is not one of those mods I've played with much. I know a few things about it, but we'll see. See how it goes. Let's drop this. Let's start with the hollow projector, because I believe that's what you need to create the multi-blocks. Oh, look at this. Oh, yay. I don't think I can make a recipe for that, can I? That's great. Is there an auto crafter? I'm gonna have to look into that. So let me go ahead and I'm just going to make up most of these recipes, I suppose. And then I'm gonna rethink this plasma cell thing. Not that. I'm gonna have to look at this real quick, because that's going to use UU matter. And then this, I know that Industrial Craft Classic does stacked crafting, but I don't think it's going to work here. So let me look at some options and I'll be back in a second. Alright, so bad news, good news, just news. I lied, there's no good news, it's all bad. This let me open it back up. Over here, this single quest here is like bashing your head against the wall. So when they say stock up a bit, they lie. You need to hoard that stuff. So let's go through some random numbers for you. Actually, let's just not yet. Hang on here. So let's start with the hollow projector. Alright, the hollow projector, you know, easy all the way up until this point. Plasma core. Plasma core, it sucks. I'm not gonna lie. I have one. I do. It's in here. See, I know how to make them. They're not fun. No. You look at the recipe, it is one of those industrial craft classic recipes that I think they call it stacked crafting or something, or basically you require multiple inputs in a slot. And advanced alloy is not cheap. This is eating my platinum. I don't have platinum. I don't have enough platinum, at least. Okay. Yeah. Deep breaths. Calm down. It sucks. And magnets, they suck too. This is not part of the quest line, so let's get through it. Let's start with the magnets. Magnets, you need this electrolyzer. No, let's start at the base. You know what? Boom. Rare earths. You need to get a rare earth extractor. At least one. I had one running for a while. I just recently added a second one. It's not enough. So do at least two. They're cheap-ish. Yeah. Well, they're easy to make. That's not the problem, really. They just take a while. So, here's my new setup. This is currently about, more than 24 hours since I stopped recording that first part. And since then, I've done a ton of expanding. Because this is ridiculous. We're not talking about that yet. Forget that stupid block. Okay, this here is one of those, what is it? Those advanced generators. It's another Steam one. I've modularized it a bit. There are currently 20 turbines. They're all Enderium. So they each do 500 RF a tick. So overall I can do up to 10,000 RF a tick through this little thing. Divide by 4 for EU. Which isn't too horrendous actually. So, 2,500-ish. Currently I'm using a little over 2,000 EU a tick. This thing alone's using 2,048 and these are using 32. So you can make these voltage emitters. It goes low. There's a few of them. You got low, you got your medium. I don't know what you'd use that for just yet. You got high and extreme. I've got an extreme one behind here, and I have 2 low ones behind these 2 machines. These machines can accept 32 EU maximum, so that's why they get the low one. Now, they have each a cobble gen. Now, it's not fast. See, when this bar fills up, you get yourself a rare earth. In the case of using cobblestone, which if you're in a hurry, I don't recommend doing, you need roughly 320, it says. What I would recommend more is either doing obsidian or soul sand. You only need 10. And I did do some of those for a little while, but I didn't want to manually feed it in, so cobble gen. 2 of those running. Like I said, once it fills up, boom, done. Now, with those rare earths, that's how you get the rare earth, alright? So we're at that step. Then you craft it, you make the chunk. You take your chunk, you run it through a compressor, and you get a dead magnet. Okay, that part, pretty straightforward. Man, that guy who said, like, about 16 minutes ago, let's get into Advanced Rocketry. It'll be fun. Man. Well, I never said it'd be fun. Good thing, because that would have been a flat-out lie. I have some dead magnets. Let's grab them. Alright, so to turn a dead magnet into a regular magnet, you need electrolyzer. This thing has super great, information available to it. You put the block down and it does diddly squat. But what you have to do is you take your electrolyzer, I made a charged one, and you put it next to a power storage block. I don't know if it matters which one, I just put it next to my MFSU. It still, doesn't do much. But now, when this is at a certain power level, I don't know what the power level is, I don't remember. I think it's like 70% or higher. Maybe 70. It might be a little more, because I know when it's in the 600, or what is this? Is this 10 million? 10 million. So I know when it's in the 6 million range, it does not work. It has to be in the 7 million range, so it's at least 70%. Put in your dead magnet, it will slowly, I don't know if it's siphoning power. It doesn't look it. It just charges. It might be siphoning power. I am not super sure. No, it is not. Or, well, actually, it still could be. I don't know. Because this is generating quite a bit. Here, this, plus that. There you go. It is taking power. But you cannot connect this to a cable. It does not work. And then eventually, now there's only 15 in here, because the other one on the other side, I have them getting piped out into the storage chest. Yay, and that's how you get your magnets. Okay, great. Let's move on. Advanced alloy, you should know this one by now. Compressor with this stupid mix thing and a bunch of alloys. Platinum is a pain in the butt. For platinum, I recommend making yourself a digital miner. The recipe is technically no different, but it is still kind of harder because of the stupid steel casing and all that fun stuff. But what you can do with this is you can say, I don't know if I showed you this one. I don't remember, but we can go somewhere. I recommend going to the Nether, as I've had the most luck there. I use this to also get extra quartz from the end. But what you can do is do... Alright, first, put in your speed and energy upgrades. you're going to do is you're going to see this screen here. Do config. This is all the stuff I have configured already. But what you want to do is new filter or dictionary is what I usually use. If you're not sure what you're looking for, just look up, say, platinum. Look over here, hold shift, and it'll say the or dictionary name, or and platinum, or nether platinum, and or platinum. So you could just type those in, or you could do technically or star platinum. Nope, no stars in the middle. Never mind. You can do or star though. And that'll pick up all the ores if you want. But you just do or platinum. Hit the checkbox, it'll find it, then hit save. Then it'll put it in this list. Oops. Mine's right there. Put the radius up. Change the Y distances if you're in like the nether. And then you hit start. So in a 32 block radius, there was 1 platinum, which is why I don't recommend doing this in the overworld. The nether I usually get upwards of about 5, give or take, every time I move it. But you do have to keep moving it. Alright. That was for the advanced alloys. Now, the crappy part. These plasma cells. And the quest doesn't really cover it. They're just like, oh yeah, just get a few UU matter, you'll be good. No, you will not. Plasma cells made in a plasma fire. We go back inside here. Oh, lagging. There we go. This is a plasma fire. This will take empty cells. Pretty simple, you know, 410 to get 16. And UU matter. Now it is 1 cell and 10 UU matter. That's what this is here. So if I put in 10 UU matter and 1 empty cell, I will get 1 plasma cell. That's the easy part. The hard part is you have to give this thing about 10 million EU. Which is about 40 million RF, and it takes a while. So this is currently, my power is currently full because I am generating less than my maximum. And behind here I have the extreme one, so I am generating a full 2048 EU for this machine, and yeah, look how fast it goes. It doesn't move for a long time, and then it's like, boom. So the fuel goes down, and then once it hits 0, it'll consume the UU matter and do it again. It's not fast. And it's 10 million. Jeez, that sucks. Okay, so for your numbers, in case you're wondering, I've been looking at them. So the first one you're going to want to do is your precision assembler. For this is what you need. You need 2 motors, 2 coils, 20 machine structures. That's awfully nice of it. 2 glass. And then it's 7 of a variety of things. It can be machine structures, input hatches, output hatches, power inputs. This is what I'm doing is 4 machine structures, 1 input, 1 output, and 1 power. Do that one first, because that is, well, that's what we're going to do first. I don't have all this. I'm not ready. Here you go. Here's the total, in case you're curious, for all these machines, or at least the, it's not, these hatches don't fall under Advanced Rocketry, but whatever. You need 5 motors, 5 coils, 6 input hatches, 6 output hatches, 6 power, 3 fluid input hatches, 1 fluid output hatch, 31 machine structures, and out of that you're going to need 24 plasma cores to make that stuff, which is going to come to a total of 240 UU matter, which is the 24 plasma cores plus 22, so 262 UU matter to make this list. Beyond that, I have no clue. I didn't look. That doesn't take UU matter, and this might. I have no idea. And that might. I have no idea. That could beats me. That's just for this one quest. I do have one right here. So I have a mass fabricator here with a high voltage there, so it is generating maximum power. I'm only running that one when I'm not running this one. And I still have this one always running off of the water power. Okay. Is that everything in here? That'll get you the plasma cells. Which, then you can start crafting these things. And, oh man. So, normally what you would do, and I do not recommend doing this, is go up to your crafting table. You can come in here and you can... No, you can't even do that. Because it doesn't like that. But once you put in all the parts, you close it out, open it back up, and the recipe's over there. But if you're missing one, it doesn't work. So that's the stacked crafting. You have to keep closing and opening it. Don't do that. I've tried automating this. It doesn't work well. I have looked into this industrial work table, which is just a fancy crafting table. This assembler thing from Mechanism doesn't work. That's just another crafting table. I've tried the crafter. I've not tried this one, the assembler from Immersive Engineering. The chest is just a crafting table. Tried the mechanical crafter. I've tried the sequential fabricator. None of them will automate this. So as far as I know, you can't automate this, and I could be wrong. Which is fine. We'll do it by hand. Now, unfortunately, you need more alloy. Let's grab some of that out, and let's grab some of those magnets. Okay. What I do recommend doing is getting yourself the sequential fabricator. It doesn't work because when you put in the recipe, looks good, you close it out, open it up, the recipe is broken. Yay! Let me get more cells. Now, here's the one piece of good news that I do have. This thing is bugged. You put in the recipe, and if you put in your items, in this case 4, 4, and 1, it'll craft it. Yay, you can get it for significantly cheaper. Even if you put all of them, all the items in, it will only use 1 instead of, say, 2 and 4. It'll take 4 advanced alloys and 4 magnets instead of all of that. Every little bit of savings helps, especially for how crappy this thing is to craft. Okay, with that, we need 1 of them for the hollow projector doohickey. Go ahead, try it. Can you do it? Looks good. I did set up another computer. There's one here, and there's one over there. That place is a mess down there. I don't want to go down there. I don't know if that's going to be enough. Well, I know it's not enough to craft all these machines, so we're not crafting all of them today because I don't have the resources. We're just going to start with 1 and move on. Let me show you my power setup real quick. It starts in, say, the crop farm technically, but, you know, I ran out of room, so it's been going in the wither farm. Stage 1 is, once we load, gathering sugarcane. I've got a bunch of sugarcane farms here, a bunch of farmers. They all pipe into 1 chest. And seeing as this is not going down, that's a great sign. I'd rather have excess, so that means I'm generating an excess of sugarcane. That's this first step. The second step, once we load in, there we go, travel across the way into the power gen area. The hungry plant producing its pitiful RF tick. But in this corner, I've got a stack. Not a stack. It's literally stacked. That's why I said that. There's 12. 12 here and 12 there, so 24 steam dynamos to the second tier. So they're reinforced, not hardened. They have the boiler conversion augment and a increased efficiency augment. So theoretically, it should generate more steam per sugar cane. I just have that tank of water, and then that's the sugarcane chest. They all feed in here. All of those in the very middle there is another fluid conduit. It goes down to a tank. I am generating excess of steam, which means I am not generating as much power as I could be. But this is good. This is a backup. That pipes out into this ender chest, which then is used for powering my RF. This one is pitiful in comparison. This is 4,000 RF a tick. There's only 8 of the turbines. And then the other one you've seen is the EU one, which is 10,000 EU, or 10,000 RF a tick with 8, 16, 20. I want to say 20. 20 sounds right. 20 Endurium turbines. And that's my entire power setup. So let's go ahead, and so we can say we got into Advanced Rocketry. Let's get this part done. By the way, these machine structures. Oh, that's the recipe for them. So it's each one of these requires an advanced machine block. If you've been following my series up to now, I've automated this, so you've seen how to automate it at least. But it's still not fun. Okay, we got this. What did I say? Precision assembler thingy. Oh, I already made it. Great. That's one step. Okay, so we need 2 motors, 2 coils. I have those. I have that. I need 2 glass. All right. Easy enough. And I don't even know if this is correct. I'm going based off of a wiki, so these numbers could be wrong, and we'll find out. Input, output, and power. So these are not from Advanced Rocketry. They are from Volp's library. So if you can't find it in Advanced Rocketry, that's why. It's the input and the output hatches that suck. For items, not fluids. Output, we need a servo. Not that one. Here you go. Do this. And that. You might already know that. It doesn't matter. I'm not making that many. And let's see here. That's output. Input is a filter. Always do the upgrade. It's cheaper for these expensive metals. Well, even though Endurium's not that expensive anymore. Oh, I ran out of room. I have 3 spots left. Yeah, so I made another hole. 32 of them. And they were glitched when I put them down, so there's holes. It doesn't matter. I needed more, so I made more. Okay, let's make the output. Let's make the input. And then we need power, which was... I don't remember. This one. Go. Okay, we got the input hatch. Output hatch. And... yeah. 10, yeah, you can craft 10. Oh! Dang it. It'll figure it out. Oh, but yeah, so I made all the machine structures. Like I said, you need 31 plus 22. Yeah, so what's that, 53? As each one of these input, output, fluid, whatever, they require one by themselves. Okay, these are going in here. So let's see what this looks like. I have not played with this mod in forever. So, assembler. Go. That's close. Let's put it... Yeah, thank you. No. Where is it? It's a second block, okay. Why is this thing being difficult? Go over here. And back one. There we go. Yeah, so these 7 here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 can be a variety of different things, which is what I had on my little clipboard here. So I'm going to put, I don't know, input. We'll do output. We'll do power on the back. Sure. What's this? Motors. There you go. I don't know if these have to be the right way. I made elite motors. We'll get into titanium in a minute, actually. You need titanium to make these. You don't need to have these blocks to make it, though, so we're good. Machine structures here. This, I believe, is the biggest machine. And then 2 coils. I'm using titanium as well, because I don't know if it's good or not. How do I go up a level? I don't know how this thing works. Is there a top? Let me be back in a second so I can figure this out. Alright, so for this, if you just hold sneak, mouse wheel up, it'll move to the next layer. Do it again, 3rd layer, and if you do it again, it'll bring up the full structure. In this case, I'm going to leave it on tier 2. That way I could just fill in the blocks. Because you cannot click through these blocks, but you can replace them. And it should look like that. Right click this and it'll convert over. Interesting looking interface. So with that, we have officially gotten into Advanced Rocketry. How are we going to use it? And not today, but we've got it. So let me head outside and I'll be back in a second. Alright, so there's 2 more things I want to cover. The first one is the fabricator. When its recipe is like this, do not put in the items. It will crash your game and eat the recipe. Or eat the items. That's what happened to me when I tried it. Just to see if it would work. The progress bar will start filling up, and once you reach the end, boom, crash. So don't. Make sure you refill the recipe each time you do it, just to be on the safe side. Second thing, not that one, over here. We need to get into titanium. Can this go straight into ingots? No. That's fine. Because it doesn't matter. We need the dust anyways. So, if you weren't realizing, the titanium dust, we can't get titanium, we can't get rutile, so we need to make this in the chemical combiner. That's the recipe, so I'm just going to make that. Drop that in over there with those various ingots right here. I went ahead and inside the machine place, I added in another combiner with that recipe locked into place, so it should work just fine. Now, to get titanium, the quest gives us a hint. Oh, not there. It says black dye. I'm not going the black dye route. You may feel free to do so. But to get titanium, so this is the black dye route. You can break this down. Or you can break down sapphires. You get less, but sapphires, there's a ton of them. So 4 sapphires will make 1. So let's see here. Do I even have any? Nope. Let's grab some 2Ps. Let's just break down a few of these. Got break down 4. Get out of there. That way we can set up the recipes for it. Titanium. There. So, like I said, 4 of these get you 16 titanium. We can throw that in right here. And then we can take the titanium dust and smelt it. And that can go in right here. There we go. And that's how you get titanium. So now we should be able to say, craft this. Go ahead. And while that's crafting, let's craft this one. So it can smelt. That's good. And it can combine. So that's how you get titanium, which you can use to make the titanium coils and the elite motors. So you don't actually need the advanced rocketry stuff for that. But anyways, so a quick recap. Plasma cells suck. Okay, these cores. Get into UU matter, you need 262 plasma cells, or not plasma cells, 262 UU matter to make the necessary plasma cells here. You need 25 technically, 25 plasma cores for the entire hollow projector and all the machines, which means you are going to need 100 magnets and 100 advanced alloys. The magnets, you need the rare earth. You need 4 of those, so you're going to need 400 rare earth dust. And you're going to need 300 platinum ingots. So save up. And you're going to need a butt ton of EU, but, you know, that's something else. Anyways then, good luck collecting all that stuff. And so that's going to be it for this episode. So if you made it this far, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.